What's up agents, Patrick Wolf here. Welcome to another Division 2 build video. Today's build video is going to be the Snowball skill build. This is going to be focusing around using the Sleigh SMG, the new SMG that we got in TU 6.1. This is just going to be a fun build. If you guys want to go through challenging missions, possibly heroic missions, I wouldn't recommend soloing heroics with this build. It's just more for fun. I've been requested to make this video for the new gun that we've received because it procs the BTSU gloves. So I've just made a build around it, how I would use it. So I hope you guys do enjoy this build video. Let me just explain it quickly to you guys before we get into the specialization. So this is the build pretty much, guys. So we're going to be using the Sleigh SMG. This has a special, well, a talent called Hidden Rock. Headshots apply confuse every 20 seconds. We're going to be using that to proc the BTSU gloves to get massive amounts of skill damage and healing. We're going to be very tanky, have lots of explosive resistance, and do decent damage with the Sleigh if you just want to use that as your primary. But I normally swap to my M4 that's got spike that gives us 35% more skill damage as well. So this build allows you to use any skills you want. I have gone for Seeker Mines and the turret because I feel like those are two of the best that you can use in the game right now for damage. And they don't actually, normally you wouldn't be able to use them together because you would need to use a skill that applies a status effect to proc the BTSU gloves. So you don't have to do that anymore thanks to the Sleigh. So let's go over the specialization first, agents. So we're going to be using the technician to give us that 50% skill power because we don't want to use the demolitionist. We don't want to focus on that. We want to just use this because this allows us to focus on other things like explosive resistance, maybe go for more damage, rather than just going all out on skill power. So it really does help the build a lot. Make sure you have everything active, 20% damage to drones, skills and proxies and robotics. That really does help. Technomancy, very nice, gives us 15% bonus armor when a skill dies, we cover 20% armor as well. We're going to go for more skill damage, so go for the 10% skill damage, very nice. SMG damage and whatever secondary weapon you decide to run, because it's completely up to you. Like I say, all my build videos are templates for you guys to work upon, adjust to your own play styles. So make sure whatever gun you're using is active with the damage, and then we need to have this as my rifle active to have linked laser pointer. So just make sure linked laser pointer is active because we're going to be utilizing this to give us some more damage. Alright guys, let's go over this build. The Snowball skill build. It's a fun build to use, maybe over the winter time if you guys want to just fully use this gun. This is how I would do it. So it's a 5, 10, 9. So we have got pretty decent damage, 336,000 armor, which is not bad, but we're going to be able to heal ourselves pretty well if you want to swap to the hive. Depends how you want to play. So 53k health. The reason why I've gone for these lower armor rolls and things like that is because we've got very good explosive resistance, so we can tank a lot of damage, and we're going to be focusing on using armor kits. And if you guys want to, you can use the hive, which can actually heal you so well, which I normally put on if I'm going to do quite difficult content with this build. So we've got 3000 skill power. Like all skill builds, you shouldn't go over 3k. I've gone a bit over there, but it doesn't really matter. It's just because I got some pretty decent mods on my build. Okay, so the Sleigh. We've got 35.9k base damage, 250 RPM, 50 mag. It's pretty fun to use. It's pretty decent in PVE, guys. I'm hitting about 90,000 a headshot, which is nice. So it does a lot of damage. I did test this in the range with clutch, and it doesn't work because the RPM is so slow that even if you're critting, it doesn't heal you fast enough. So clutch builds unfortunately won't work with this. I've given it a try. So Hidden Rock, we're going to be confusing enemies, which in turn will proc the BTSU, but I use the M4 because it's a bit tricky using the Sleigh. It's not the most effective guns at the moment, so I just have this to back me up. Also, I use it to get my skill damage up, so my turret and my Seeker Mines can do 35% more damage, and on top of that, we got the BTSU gloves as well. Allegro is the other talent on there also, guys. So at the pistol, you guys can go for whatever you want as the equipped talent. You can go for in rhythm, which I have, which gives me 5% chance to refresh cooldowns completely, even though skill cooldown isn't really the primary focus because I've got some mods that give me 190% skill haste. You can also go for rooted, which gives us more, while equipped in cover, gives us more damage and healing, increased by 25%. So you guys can do that. I can use that as well. I do actually have one on me. I'm sure, actually I don't think I do. I need to get one. You guys need to make sure you have one of those around, rooted. There we go. So I can use that. That'll give me skill damage and healing another 25%. while you're in cover. So it's a must to have that on your any kind of skill build. So it's completely up to you if you guys want to go for in rhythm or rooted. So let's go over the pieces, guys. So we're going to be using a Circle of Concern mask. Why? Because we are getting 40% damage to elites, health, and 5.5 crit chance, all 3 attributes, while still having a closed talent, which is Spotter, which gives us 15% weapon damage. Now, I didn't show you why the modding of this weapon because I wanted to go over Spotter first. So now, as you can see, we're going to be putting DTE, damage to elite, stability, whatever you guys can do. Here we go, 5% DTE. Oh, sorry, that's empty now. There we go, DTE. Then you want to make sure that you have the linked laser pointer, pulses targets, which whenever you aim at an enemy, guys, you pulse them. So if you've got perfect Spotter, that'll give you 20% damage to all enemies. I always use this with my skill builds. It's vital. I would recommend using the linked laser pointer at all times. Go on for optimal range and 20 rounds. So that's pretty nice. That's why I always use this, because it requires 5 or more. So it's more for around the skill build. So this is definitely a must in any kind of build. Alright, so the chest piece, we've gone for hardwired. More importantly, 2-piece hardwired, because why? It gives me 20% skill haste, skill power, which in turn helps me roll other stuff. But I do have skill power on here, weapon damage and total armor, pretty decent rolls as you guys can see. Got destructive for extra seeker mind damage, which is a must. Then all your mods, guys, we're going to be going for weapon damage for your corresponding weapon, and explosive resistance and protection from elites, because we want to stack explosive resistance. Why is that? So this will bring me to the next piece. Why have we got 2-piece negotiators? Because skill builds, guys, you normally aren't that tanky. You can be, but you're not if you make a really, really strong one, like I have here. You're not that tanky. You're going to be in cover a lot, and you're vulnerable to grenades. There's no more final measure here, guys. So this really does help us from those pesky grenade launchers. You can tank 3 or 4 grenades from a heroic NPC. It's actually crazy. I think I've got about 50% explosive resistance. You can get more. The cap is 90, so depending on what kind of mods and what you want to do. But the negotiator set is perfect. I have rolled for 30% explosive resistance, more importantly, the 2-piece, but we've got 10% health, 252 skill power, and all the relevant mods that I was talking about earlier. So there's the second hardwire piece. Make sure to have hard hitting is a must for any kind of PVE build. Then it gives me 20% skill power. I've got skill power 297, 21k armor, 20.5% total armor. It's a beautiful backpack. Then there we go. And just remember, guys, all the mods, like I said, whatever skills you want to use, because you can use whatever skills you want with this build. Just mod the relevant skill mods to them, and damage mods. If you guys want to use a rifle or a sniper, it's completely up to you. So it's adjusted to meet your own playstyle. BTSU gloves, if you guys struggle to find these still, go to Camp White Oak. Funny enough, my 4th try of Camp White Oak, I got these. So it depends if you guys are lucky or not. Just pray before you do it to the RNG gods. So I've modded this for more explosive resistance, seeker power, hive, skill power. I could probably go for turret, but I've got it up to just under 3k, so it doesn't matter. Energy infusion. This is what we're going to be utilizing the BTSU. So after you proc the Slayer, which will proc this, sorry, then you will be getting 90% healing and 90% damage, plus the talent on my pistol, rooted, and the headshots spike from my gun, which will give me way more damage. We're going to be getting lots of damage. This is pretty much kind of like a hybrid, because we have got 5 firearms, 10 blues, and 9 electronics. So we're sacrificing. We could go upwards of 16, 17 yellows, but we don't want to just go all crazy. We want to kind of make the build viable and still easy to use, even though it's just more of a fun build to utilize the new gun, guys. So I'm sure you guys know about everything else in this. Alright, so let's go over the knee pads. This is the Negotiator's 2-piece again. 15k armor, I've rolled in it with all the relevant mods. So let's go over the stats quickly, guys. So we have got pretty decent damage. We've got crit chance 20%, crit damage 25, 90% headshot damage, which does help. This gun can hit about 90k to the head to heroic NPCs, so it's pretty good. You can use it. The RPM is pretty low, but like I said, just have a good secondary in case you need it, because sometimes it doesn't work too well. We've not really focused around damage. We do have 40% SMG damage as well, plus the spotter, which will give us another 15%, 65% DTE, which is actually not too bad. I'm going to go down again, go over everything. If you guys want to pause the video and have a look, here's the most important part. We have got 50% explosive resistance, which is a must for any kind of skill build where you're going to be camping using your skills. This just makes you survive so much longer and makes it a lot easier, especially in heroic missions. So definitely give this a shot. It really makes a big difference, guys, and I could probably put another 20% if I wanted to, but I've gone for more health on my build. So it depends what you guys want to do. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So All the other damage and relevant Seeker Mind mods, don't worry about the skill haste, guys. That is completely irrelevant. We don't want to overdo it, and I'm going to show you why in a second. Don't just go crazy and roll skill haste on your knee pads or your holster. As long as you got your skill power, and as long as you have all your other stats up to par with how you want them to be, this is where you're going to get most of your skill haste. So currently, I've got 93% skill haste on my turret with a 143% damage. Unfortunately, I don't have a better ammo box, but that's great. I'm getting way more damage. Now, I've gone for more skill haste, but check at this, guys. I've got 148% damage. That's why my turret can hit 30k a bullet, and then plus additional, it will do way more, as you guys can see. So that's completely up to you what mods you guys have. For the Seeker Mind, I've gone for 172% skill haste, which is insane. I get my Seekers back every like 15 to 20 seconds, which is great. 95% damage plus 6 extra cluster mines, so it's pretty great. Not gonna lie, this build works really well, using the damage from the headshots from the Slayer, proccing the BTSU, using my skills. If you want to change it to a healer hive, you can heal yourself as well if you guys are struggling, but this is an all-out damage. Being able to tank grenades being shot at you, it really does help. That's why negotiators and hardwired goes really well together. Great synergy in this build. I really enjoy it, and I hope you guys give it a try. It's just some fun to use with this bad boy right here, the Slayer. So anyways, guys, that's going to be the Snowball skill build. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more Division 2 content, and I'll be seeing you agents in the next one. Wait, before we go, actually, guys, just to let you guys know, the mask I've got on now and the hat is from completing the apparel event completely. So that's what you get if you guys were wondering. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Make sure to sub, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Peace out, boys.